Welcome to Focus Interview. Today, we are having another exciting interview with Mr. Alfian, which I'm going to introduce to you shortly. Right now, we are in the premise of the Curve, where there is a big exhibition going on. And this exhibition is organized by the Rustic Art Malaysia, led by Mr. Alfian Abdul Rashid. And there are so many artists coming together, putting up their paintings and their sculpture works and artworks to be displayed and to be sold to any interested buyers. And today we're going to talk about the art and cybersecurity and see whether there is a connection between the two. So with me is Mr. Alfian Abdul Rashid, the director and the sales director and the art director for the Rustic Art Malaysia, which is at the moment is conducting the project. It's called the Artist Corner in the Curve. So welcome to the interview, Mr. Alfian.
Thank you for having me, Professor.
First, I would like to talk about your passion. You, from the CV that I have read about you, you are a computer scientist. I would say your profession and your qualifications are very much into computer science, and you have been into network environment a lot, very, very deep, figuring firewalls and setting up the infra, perimeter defenses and packet inspections, and just name it. Anything to do with network, in the context of computer science, Alfian is there to help. But today, I think we're going to talk about both the arts and the science, whether there is a connection between the two, and perhaps it can be shared with the rest of the audience here as well as in the rest of the world. Where did you originally study? Just in brief, your background in terms of your school, universities, and your working experience.
I grew up in Subang Jaya from early childhood until secondary school, and then I joined Inti College and partnering with Coventry University, and eventually I got my bachelor's degree in computer science. And after that, because since after I graduated, later on, I noticed that I got very interested in business, and I kind of get to learn it on my own on how to conduct a business and how to grow a business. So in the middle of doing a business, I got disapproval from my parents because they already wanted me to pursue the knowledge from the degree into the IT world. So then my dad called a few of his friends, and I landed a job in Faber Group Berhad as a desktop support engineer. So in the beginning, I just started to learn how to repair laptop, PCs, how to fix them, and I noticed that many people will have people who not very used to troubleshooting a daily normal IT issues that will get them in trouble in their work process. So I get them to kind of fix their problem in their daily tasks. So I started there, and then as you know, I'm the second of three. So the second, they're a bit independent. So then I kind of get my way into data center.
Yeah.
So then my boss gave me a role. Later on, he gave me a security and policy executive. So my job is to audit the IT infrastructure, whether it's secured or not.
Wow.
So I get to
Interesting.
research. Yeah. So my boss got to entrusted me with that role. So I started to learn on the job, research on how to improve the enhance the security of our company at that time. So it got me to explore. So I like to explore.
Many of us could not believe we can go that far.
Yeah.
Okay, Alfian, let's stop there. I want to move into the other subject, a very interesting subject, the art.
Yes.
We are in the artist corner here. So let's talk about the art. So how come from computer science and suddenly arts? Where do you get these artistic imagination, initiatives, and even entrepreneurship?
Okay, actually, during my career as in network security, I went and educate myself with business knowledge in Singapore. So I went to a training conducted by Success Resources, and then it's a breakthrough business knowledge that kind of changed my mindset, and makes me become a different person in terms of positiveness, paradigm shift, and how to view the world in another perspective than I was before. So I get to know that I can actually do a lot of things at the same time whilst I was doing network security. There's no limit except in your mind. So yes, that's I learned in the training. So I kind of think that the only can stop you from doing something is yourself. In 2016, I took a break from the IT world, and then because when your side income is the same as your income,
Yeah,
you kind of
excited, huh?
you got really excited, and then you kind of I kind of took a sabbatical leave
Yeah.
from the IT world,
Yeah.
and then take a lot of time off. I took about 6 months off, and then I decided what I will do next.
Yeah.
So then I decided to use whatever I have in my circle. So I have my father, who I know is who I know and admire really because of his craftsman and his artistic, and he's already retired, and I get to get back the lost time with my father. So
Wow.
and then when I took that leave, then I got to get back the lost time with my family,
And get to know them better.
get to know them better, get to go on holiday with them.
Amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's so why not we do the business together?
Yeah.
So I was thinking in that way because family is everything for
Right.
me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they say that cherish the people while you still have time with them. So because all of us are living on borrowed times.
Borrowed time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my philosophy lah. I just want to live a life with no regrets.
Wow, very very, very interesting lesson learned from Alfian to many of us. Now, Alfian, let's go a little bit deeper into your arts taste. So what kind of artwork do you like to do the most? Are you the painter itself, or are you the organizer of the artists to sell their paintings? So, or what?
Okay, I use my knowledge that in business that the most important thing is negotiation. So you got to cut deals with other corporate companies and deals. So I use what I learned the skill of negotiating, and to pursue events that can help emerging artists and also already well-known artists to get a space and to get them to have the chance to talk directly to the customers, to the buyers, which you don't have to get the opportunity if you sell your artwork through a gallery.
Yeah.
So we are not the middleman in this part. We are the connector. We connect the artist with the customer, and we get them to know and talk about philosophy of art, about the why, the purpose, and the reason behind them producing incredible, amazing art.
Are you an artist yourself?
No,
No, you're not.
I don't have what you call artistic
Artistic
talent.
skills, yeah?
Yeah, but my art is what I would say in the talking.
So
yeah.
you are connecting them
Yeah, connecting.
to the world.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Like just like a network security would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you solve problems and you fix issue with connection.
Right.
So you see a gap there.
Connecting opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah?
Can't say it.
Okay, let's take a break, and after the break, we will come back with more interesting questions with Mr. Alfian. Let us continue again with more exciting lesson and stories and opinions from Mr. Alfian. Welcome back.
Thank you, Professor.
Let's continue with the next interview question. Now that we know that you are a very entrepreneurial person, and then you are able to connect the artist world with the real world, and then now I'd like to move back to your profession, which is the engineering and the technical part of computer science, which is the network environment. So now, how do you see the issue of network security and cyber security as a whole, with regard to the problems that we are facing in the world today? Hackers are coming in, and scams are coming by, and how do you see all these problems can be solved through your both your artistic, your entrepreneurship, and your technical experience?
In the world of network security that I see today, there isn't a safe place in the internet. What I can see that, because the most expensive security devices, if wrongly managed, won't secure you, and can even sabotage your own security. So security is not to me is not an is not what you cannot sell security from me. You can only create the security awareness because everyone needs to play a part up to the low levels and to the top management. They need to promote security because security is a policy. It's not because you enforce a security devices or in security personnel that they can do the work on themselves. No, it's an awareness. You need to promote security in globally in order for everyone to tell everyone that what you're doing is wrong or what you're doing is not secure. Because there's never a place where there's no gap. The hackers will find a gap. There's always a gap, even though you have the best policy in place. So it's an ongoing process.
So it's not just a technical issue, but also it's a human issue.
Yes, it's a human. Yes,
Right.
because they can just you can only protect on what you know. So once you know you know there's you're in trouble, then you know how to improve it. So it's a continuous learning. It's a continuous improvement in policy, and it's a never-ending process on security policies.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have talked about just now before the break about one of your role is designing the information infrastructure, the IT infrastructure of companies. So when you design the holistic infrastructure of information systems in the company, what do you really think about? What are the fundamentals that you have in your mind?
Okay, when you deal with projects and you implement a new design, so you try to improve what was left on the previous design. So you find ways to make the cost more effective. You make the design more robust and more scalable on the long run. During design, security will not be in place in top of the design, and it will be the cost. So we must work around the cost. So same with events, you must work around your budget. So if you don't have the luxury of grants or big capital, so we work with our own carpenter. So in designs, right? Some you can't get services from big companies. You kind of get your in-house programming, scripting, and you put them in place into the design, so that we know because the best design is actually will be the ones who understands the clients the best. For me, it's not having the best tools or having the best, the most expensive solutions.
Yeah. So how do you see the cybersecurity issues in the company nowadays? As you said, that you can try to design, you put solution there, but there is still a gap. Can you explain more? What do you think now the current state of cybersecurity assurance or risks in the company? Yeah.
For me, the best or the if you want to improve the security, it must come from top management. The top management, if they endorse or if they provide more objective and why the needs of to secure, because one lost data is sometimes one too many.
Maybe could be my summarized question. So how do you link between? Do you have any linkages between what you do now, like the arts, entrepreneurship of arts, and cybersecurity? Do you see any kind of linkage between science and art? Within science, is there any art? Like, is hacking an art or a science?
That is a good question. I really like that question actually. For me, I bring. I come from. I try to bring art, meaning the philosophy of living into both worlds, because you need art to kind of to color your life and to make to put a smile on someone's
Face.
day of the face, because you wouldn't know what a painting can do to a person during their not so convenient times, or even their low times, or to put or even brighter times during their happy days. And same goes to artists. That what would make them really happy is to someone to buy their painting. And in security, or in my career as a security engineer, what solve the client's problem in a way that they themselves is amazed, can bring a smile in their face. They know that they are in good hands. We are securing their company, and not many people know how to secure and keep securing, and how to connect, how to make them sleep well during the night, because they know any security breach in a company will cost them millions of dollars, or even a global news that they wouldn't want everyone to know. What I see is how people promote, how galleries promote paintings of new artists, emerging artists, that they themselves don't know how to get their art
Going.
to the public.
Yeah.
So we know there's a barrier there in the real world, and a lot of artists has come to me that expressing that they really want the public to see their art,
Right.
but they don't know how.
So the same like cybersecurity as well.
Yes.
So
yeah.
technical issue is one, but connecting the issues, the solution to the real world is also another challenge.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I think we have come to an end of our interview. Alfian, I think for the benefit of the audience, it's quite rare to find a person like him, like Alfian, where it has both talents, the science and the arts in one brain, in one ability. So it has Alfian, you have a very colorful life. To me, it's a very amazing and colorful life that you have shown us and many of the audience out there. So with that, we will hopefully we will communicate again the next time. So we wish you the very best for this artistic corner, and I think you make a good sales and prosperous. So with that, thank you very much. And if you have any questions or inquiries about focus interview, you can always email us at the number that is stated on the in front of you on the screen. Or if you want to contact Mr. Alfian himself, so you can always get back to me, and I will pass your interest to him. So all the best, and thank you very much for Alfian for having to agree with this interview. Have a lovely day.